Welcome back to the Retire and Rise training series. Today, we're going to step into lesson 2, discovering your strengths and interests. This is the part where your niche starts taking shape, but we're not choosing your niche yet. We're simply learning more about you. So take a breath, relax, and let's walk through this together. Choosing a niche is always easier when it matches who you already are. Your interests fuel your motivation. Your strengths give you confidence. And no, you do not have to be an expert. You just need to be willing to guide someone who is a few steps behind. Before we go any further, I want to remind you one more time. I know I've said it twice already. We are not choosing your niche today. Today is about exploring possibilities and gathering puzzle pieces. We'll put the puzzle together later. Don't worry, it's coming. Let's talk about interests. And when I say interests, I don't mean something professional or complicated. Interest is simply something you enjoy learning about, talking about, or something you just pay attention to. If it naturally catches your attention, it counts. Anything you're curious about, things you've shared and taught before would be great. Let's look at a few examples. Here's some common interests for older people like me: how to save money or budgeting, travel or RV life, gardening or DIY projects, health and wellness after 50, learning new tech, including AI, which you're doing right now. Any of these could be great starting points. Now let's look at your strengths. Folks over 50 almost always underestimate how many strengths they already have. Your career experience, your life experiences, challenges you've overcome, things people rely on you for. These are all strengths, and they matter. Here's some examples: teaching or mentoring, patience and follow through. In other words, teach somebody how to be patient. I don't know how you do that, but maybe you're good with money. You can teach them about budgeting. Maybe you've helped your family through difficult transitions. Experience is a strength that no shortcut can replace. Let me share a quick story with you. I spent 40 years in the mainframe world of computers, which is very different than the computers today. When I left the mainframe world, I honestly believed none of that would matter online. But then I realized something is troubleshooting. It doesn't matter if it's a giant telecom system or an affiliate dashboard that refuses to behave. Your background works the same way. You have strengths you haven't connected yet. Okay, now let's bring ChatGTP into the picture. Here's a simple prompt you can use to turn your interests into potential niche ideas. Say this to ChatGTP. ChatGTP, but you don't have to put that part. List 10 niche ideas based on these interests. Put 2, 3, 4 of your interests there. Make these niches simple, beginner friendly, and good for online content. That's it. No stress, no overthinking it. Just put down, like I said, 2, 3, 4 ideas that interest you or interest. All right, let's get into ChatGTP. Like yesterday, chatgpt.com. And all right, I've copied the prompt we want to use so you don't have to watch me type. Paste it in there, but I left in the insert your interests here. And I'm going to put in, what am I going to put in here? I'm going to put in on interests on wood fired pizza. All right. Also, let me clarify something I said, probably misled you a little bit yesterday. And I said you had to click on the arrow. you can definitely click on the arrow, but you also can just hit return. So I'm going to just hit return. If you want to go to a new line within the box, you got to hold down shift and hit return. All right, so let's see what we can find for niches for wood-fired pizza. Again, whatever you put in for your interests, it's going to come up with something totally different than what I've got. But I've got wood-fired pizza for beginners, do-it-yourself wood-fired pizza ovens, wood-fired pizza recipes for special diets. And again, this will go on and on. It gave me my 10 wood-fired pizza dough making. So just the dough, talk about a small niche. We've got pizza dough just for wood-fired pizza. Wood-fired pizza cooking for kids. All right. So again, if you focus in on some small niche, when people see it, they go, oh, that's something I want. Whereas if you just say pizza making, I'm sure some people will click on it, but most people will just go past it. So, and if it doesn't give you enough, then you ask it more. See, each of these niches is beginner friendly, provides entry point for new pizza, and offers lots of potential for engaging online content. So, now you do yours. Hey, and leave me a comment that says what kind of results you got, what you thought about your results. All right? Thanks. Okay, let's get back to the lesson. All right, now it's time to grab your workbook for a moment. On page 2, you'll see 4 questions about you. First, write 3 things you love to learning about and talking about. Next, write topics your friends or family ask you for advice on. If people ask you for help, that means you already know something valuable. Then write down a couple of activities that makes time fly for you. These are usually your natural happy place. Finally, write down 1 or 2 problems you've solved for yourself. These are gold, because solving problems for yourself almost always means someone else is struggling with the same thing. Now, I want you to pause this video, take a moment to fill out the workbook page. There's no perfect answers. It's the first things that pop into your mind. When you're done, come back and press play. I'll be right here waiting. Great job. I know you're doing better than you think. I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again. There's no wrong answers here. Progress beats perfection every single time, and you're making real progress, even if you don't think so. You'll see. I'm proud of you for sticking with it. What's next? We're not going to choose your niche next. Next, we're going to define your ideal customer, the person who naturally connects with your interests and strengths. You still won't be choosing a niche. That doesn't happen till lesson 4, and you're right on track. Thanks for showing up, and as always, I'll see you at the bank. Bye.